If you've been Googling Denver versus Austin or Denver versus Nashville or trying to figure out if Charlotte is actually cheaper, you're definitely not alone and you're comparing the right cities. These four keep getting lumped together for a reason. So today we're actually going to break down the numbers because most of what's out there is either a lifestyle blog with very little data or a moving company trying to sell you a rental truck. Denver, Austin, Nashville, and Charlotte are what economists call second-tier boom towns. They are not the coastal giants like LA or New York or Chicago, but the cities absorbing the professionals leaving them. It's the same buyer pool, the same remote work migration wave, four very different bets, and I'm going to walk through cost, economy, and the lifestyle for each one, and then tell you honestly which fits which kind of person, because the best depends entirely on what you're optimizing for. This isn't a video because Denver automatically wins because I sell real estate here. So if that's what you're expecting, you can scroll right past it right now. By the way, I'm Jason, team lead with the Denver Group. We are a high-performing real estate team here in the Denver market. We want to be your resource and guide for all things Denver real estate. So let us know how we can help. All right, so let's start with the number everyone jumps to first: home prices. Denver's median home value sits around $615,000, with recent sale prices trending closer to $635,000. Austin's metro median is lower than a lot of people expect, around $426,000 to $440,000, though inside the city limits proper, you're looking at closer to $500,000 to $565,000. Nashville sits in between the two, with metro median around $475,000 to $530,000. And Charlotte is the least expensive of the four on paper, with a median around $412,000 to $435,000. But sticker price is not the whole story. Cost of living index tells a very different piece of it too. So Denver runs well above the national average. Charlotte runs below it, and Austin and Nashville both sit close to the national average overall, even though Austin's housing specifically has appreciated 85% in 6 years. And here's the number that most comparison videos skip entirely: state income tax. Colorado has a flat 4.4% state income tax. North Carolina is 3.99% and dropping. Texas and Tennessee have zero state income tax. So if you're comparing take-home pay, not just sticker price, Austin and Nashville have a structural advantage baked into every single paycheck that Denver and Charlotte simply can't match, regardless of what the home price says. Cost only matters if there's a paycheck behind it. So let's talk about what each of these economies actually runs on, because this is where the four cities really diverge. Denver is the country's aerospace hub. More than 30,000 aerospace professionals work here across Lockheed Martin, Spaceball Aerospace, Northrop Grumman, and Sierra Nevada. Add in professional and business services at over 315,000 workers, and financial services adding nearly 115,000 positions. And you've got a diversified, high-skill economy. Unemployment sits at 3.9%, with roughly 17,500 new jobs projected for 2026. If you want a full breakdown of Denver's economy, go check out one of our last videos where we break it down by GDP and how all those segments get impacted. Austin is still tech driven. Apple, Tesla, Dell, Oracle all have major operations there, but healthcare and advanced manufacturing are quietly becoming just as important. Unemployment is 3.2%, and it's currently the third fastest growing job market in the country. I actually lived in Austin before Denver, so I have a unique perspective on both of these cities. If you have questions, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to talk about it. Nashville has reinvented itself as a healthcare capital. HCA Healthcare and Vanderbilt Medical Center anchor a huge health tech and logistics economy. Median salaries run lower than the other three, but combined with no state income tax, your actual take-home pay stretches further than the raw number would suggest. And Charlotte is the country's second largest banking center after New York. Bank of America and Wells Fargo are both headquartered there, which makes it the strongest option if your career is in finance or fintech specifically. And this is where the real differentiation lives, because on paper, these cities can look somewhat interchangeable. In person, they're not even close though. All right, now let's talk weather and lifestyle. And this is where the cities start to diverge, because on paper, these cities can look practically interchangeable, but in person, they're not even close. So Denver gets roughly 300 sunny days a year, pretty mild summers that rarely break 95 degrees, and snowy winters, about 57 inches a year. The foothills are about 30 minutes from downtown, while the ski resorts and high altitude is another hour and a half, but that makes hiking, skiing, and mountain biking a weekend habit, not a vacation. Austin definitely runs hotter and more humid summers, regularly hitting 100 plus, but it's the live music capital of the world, with a food scene and water-based recreation like Barton Springs, Lady Bird Lake that Denver just doesn't have. And it's honestly one of the biggest things I miss about Austin. Nashville is humid subtropical, mild winters, hot and humid summers, some tornado risk in the region, and it trades on live music and nightlife the way Austin does, with rolling hills and lake access nearby. Charlotte has milder winters that rarely see snow, hot summers, and a genuinely unique feature in the U.S. National Whitewater Center. But overall, it leans more corporate and family oriented than the other three. And one honorable mention, because it comes up constantly in the comments, is Salt Lake City. It's definitely smaller, about 1.25 million in the metro versus Denver's 3 million plus, but it's the closest in lifestyle analog to Denver anywhere really in the country. You've got mountains minutes from downtown, a real ski season, a flat state income tax around 4.55%. And if you want the Denver lifestyle at a smaller, quieter scale, this is the one to look at. So here's the honest verdict, not which city is best, but which city is best for who. If you want a 4-season mountain-based outdoor lifestyle and you're willing to pay for it, go for Denver. A tech career and you want your paycheck to stretch further with 0 state income tax, Austin's gonna win out. And lower cost of entry, healthcare career, and you want nightlife and live music, Nashville for sure. Finance or a banking career and you want family stability at a lower cost, then Charlotte is your answer. You want the Denver lifestyle, just smaller and quieter, then Salt Lake City's probably gonna be your choice. But none of these are wrong answers. They're just different bets on what you want your life to look like. And that's honestly the actual question to answer before you look at a single listing. If Denver's the one you're leaning toward, I did a full breakdown of what it actually costs to live here right now, rent versus buy, budget tiers, the real numbers behind the headlines. So that's going to be linked right above me and in the description. Make sure to drop a comment with which of these 4 cities you're deciding between, because I read every one, and if there's enough interest, I'll do a deeper follow-up on a specific matchup. Make sure to subscribe if you are curious about Denver, you want to stay up to date in what's happening in and around Denver, real estate, lifestyle, all that good stuff. Again, my name's Jason. I'm team lead with the Denver group. Let us know how we can help you. Thanks for watching, and make sure to follow for more Denver.